Namaskaram girls. So we are moving to the second lesson of the history. So what you have learned in the first lesson girls? Yes, how was the earth has formed, how the human has lived, what types of dresses he wore. These and all we have saw in the last lesson. In this lesson, civilization, how the human is developing, in the what sense they are developing. So this is the one. From this lesson you will understand how the development of the civilization. So ancient Egyptian civilization, many features of the civilization, and Chinese civilization. You will get the knowledge of Indus civilization. So all you will come to know of the society, how the society and how the state has formed. This only you are going to learn from these lesson. First we will go for the introduction. So urban society, still now they have lived in the village like that. Now they have started to live in the urban society, how the society has formed. When you compare to the hunter-gatherers and Neolithic forming societies. So when you compare to the Neolithic societies, Neolithic only last period of that one. Correct girls? So how was the human has developed the society when you compare to the hunter-gatherers? So the societies have the stratification. Stratification means planning. So how they have formed the cities? They practice craft. They have engaged with the trade and trade relations, exchange. They started to use the science and technology. And they formed a political organization. So these are the one you can come to know in this civilization. So the term civilization is used to distinguish them from the earlier forms of society. So this is different to the earliest society. Okay girls? The culture, how the culture they are following. These are only introductions of the civilization. Next, when you come for the ancient civilization. Civilization is well advanced. So it is instilled to the way of life. Adaptations according to the particular environment, culture. How it becomes a larger number of people, how comes to close in planning, organization, specialization. So where they settled, how the society became organized, and they started to have the food productions, crafts. They started to construct a huge buildings. They developed in writing, science and technology. They given many contribution to the society. So the Egyptian society, Mesopotamian civilization, Chinese civilization and Indus. So these four civilization only you are going to see deeply. All this was flourished in the parts of the world and has lived as a hunter-gatherers and pastoralist. Pastoralist means the empty land to be used for the agriculture. How they had a relationship with these civilization, interaction. So all we can see in the civilization. In South India, Neolithic, they started to use the pastoral communities and microlithic form of life by hunter-gatherers. Isn't it girls? So these are the ancient civilization. Now we will go for the Egyptian civilization. This is the oldest civilization which is known for its monumental architecture, agriculture, arts, science, craft, very early stage. Okay, this is the starting of the Egyptian civilization. So we can know about the geography of Egypt. So Egypt lies in the northeastern of African continent. Egypt is bounded by Red Sea in the east, Mediterranean Sea in the north. So Egypt is situated in the northeastern Africa, bounded by Red Sea and Mediterranean Sea. Okay, and in this one, the river Nile originates in the Lake Victoria in the south, and both the side desert was there. So river Nile is in the center, both the side desert. And this river Nile will flows into the Mediterranean Sea. Flows into the Mediterranean Sea. Egypt is called as a gift of Nile. So this particular river Nile near the banks of the river Nile, it's fertile. So with this one they had a transport, trade, exchange, all happened in the banks of the river Nile. So the Greek historian Herodotus, he said that Egypt is called as a gift of Nile. Okay, who said that gift of Nile? Herodotus. So this place becomes a very alluvium, and it is used for the agriculture. So they started to do the agriculture. They got surplus food grains in the civilization. So as I said that the river Nile on both the side desert was there. That is remained desert only. That doesn't have any improvement. Okay. Here who all came to Egyptian civilization? Hyksos. Hyksos, they were the rulers in the 15th dynasty of Egypt, and they came from the West Asia. Next, Persians. They are the people come from the Persia, that is ancient Iran. Next, Greek. It refers to the language, and the people, they came from the Greece in Europe. The last one, Rome. Rome refers to the ancient Roman Empire, which is the capital of Rome is Italy. So these are the people, they came and ruled in the Egyptian civilization. Otherwise these peoples came and flourished in the place of Egypt. Okay. So this is about the geography of the Egyptian civilization. So where the Egypt is situated, all these we came to know. So pharaohs, society and administration. Pharaoh is nothing but king. The people treated the king as a divine form. Next to the pharaoh, velis are there. Velis, they are the governors of province. And they are the higher officials. They are assisting the king. The king is called as the pharaohs. Next to the valleys, local mayors, then tax collectors. So all these in the social cadre. We can say principal, vice principal, class teachers, isn't it, girls? Like that. Okay. So the entire social system was supported by the work and the artisans. Artisans in the sense, in this one, the stone cutters, masons, potters, carpenters, coppersmith, goldsmith, peasants and all the workers. They all come under the artisans. Okay, girls. Land was there. Land belonged to the king and was assisted by the officers. Slavery was not there, but they used the captives as the slaves. Find the meaning for captives. Okay, girls. The Egyptians believed after the death. So they started to preserve the dead body. The preservation of body is called as a mummification. So pyramids, tombs were built to preserve the body of pharaohs. The famous pharaoh Tutankhamen, he ruled from 1332 to 1322. For him, they constructed a tomb which is located in Luxor. This tomb was decorated with precious stones. For the tomb, they have decorated. Okay. Mummification, I told. How they will preserve the dead body. So they will take the dead body using the natron salt, which is a combination of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate. They will throw on the dead body. After 40 days, the salt will absorb all the moistures. The body is filled with sawdust and wrapped with a strip of linen cloth and covered with a fabric. So the body will stored in a stone coffin. Coffin is nothing but the dead body. The Christians will have the coffin. Okay, girls. The body will put it in the box that is called as a coffin. The stone coffin is called as a sarcophagus. Okay. When you come for agriculture and trade, they started to cultivate millets, vegetable, wheat, barley, fruits, along with that papyrus. Papyrus for making a mat, rope mats, sandals, and they started to produce the paper. They started to domesticate the cattle, sheep, goat, pig. They started to hunt the wild animals. This was apart from that. They had a pet as a dog, cat, monkey as a pet animals. The Egyptian had a trade with Lebanon, Crete, Phoenicia, Palestine and Syria. Gold and silver were imported. They acquired lapis lazuli, a precious stone of bluish color from Afghanistan. So these are about the agriculture and trade. Okay, girls. Next class we will see the next topic. Thank you, girls. Topic of the Egyptian civilization is art and architecture. Art and architecture, they had a monument, sculptures, painting, carvings. So all they have a skills of the artistic in the Egyptian civilization. The pyramid is the biggest monument. In the mourning of the pharaoh, the important one of the pyramid was in Cairo. This is called as a Giza pyramid. The great Sphinx of Giza is a massive limestone image of a lion with a human head. The Pharaoh Khafre ruled from 2575 to 2465. It is one of the largest sculptures of the world, and this measures 73 meter length and 20 meter height. So this is about the art and architecture. When you come for religion, they followed a polytheism. Polytheism means they are worshipping more than one god. It is called as a polytheism. So in India, we are following polytheism. Okay, girls. In this one, the gods are Amen, Re, Re, Soth, Seth, Thoth, Horus, and the Anubis. These are the gods of Egyptians. They worship many gods. In this one, sun god Re is the predominant one. So the sun god later called as a Amen. When you come for philosophy, science and literature, they started the astronomy, mathematics, measuring systems. They used the solar calendar of 12 months of 30 days with 5 days added to the end of a year. This calendar is introduced in 4200 BC. Literary works like treatises on mathematics, astronomy, medicine, magic and religion. The Egyptian, they started to painting, art, sculptures, pottery, music and weaving. These are the philosophy, science and literature. When you come for the writing system, the Egyptians are well known for their writing system. The form of writing is known as hieroglyphics. This was used in the inscription on the seals and other objects. This is another form of writing which was used for the common purpose. With the pictograph way of system, they are following the hieroglyphics. It was developed around 3000 BC. Many textbook was written. In this one, they have showed in the British Museum in London. So what are the contributions they have given to the society by the Egyptian civilization? Solar calendar, pyramids, hieroglyphics, that is the way of writing, preservation of human body. They use the science and technology. In the box, the word paper comes from the papyrus. In agriculture we saw, isn't it girls? The Egyptians were on the leaves, wrote on the leaves of a plant called papyrus, a kind of reed which grew on the banks of the Nile. Yes girls, that's all about the Egyptian civilization. Next session we will see of the Mesopotamian civilization.